There are many beautiful trees on Bobby and Marion Campbell's property in Blues Mills, Cape Breton, but one of them stands out.
The tree to Boston this year from our property is 53 feet high white spruce. It was difficult to determine its species. There's not a lot of difference between white and red spruce, and sometimes can be difficult. But it's determined to be a white spruce, 53 feet high, 16 meters high, 22 inches or so in diameter at the base, and about 6 feet in circumference at the base. It's approximately 38 to 40 years old. It's in its prime, it's in good shape. And we're very pleased that we got the opportunity to be selected and to send this tree as a donation for the terrible tragedy in 1917 and the help of Boston gave at that time.
Hi, my name is Tim Wynot. I work with the Department of Natural Resources. I'm the manager of stewardship and outreach. It's probably the best tree we've sent in the last 5 years. It's perfectly symmetrical, it's dense, it's got everything going for it. It really is almost a perfect tree. You never find anything perfect, but this is pretty close.
Halifax has a lot to thank Boston for.
Hi, my name is John McLeod. I'm the Senior Archivist at the Nova Scotia Archives, part of the Department of Communities, Culture and Heritage. The explosion happens at 9:06, as it is on the clock up there on the other side of the City Hall. By 11 o'clock, the governor of Massachusetts knew about the explosion. The way they found out was, although the immediate telegraph lines in the city had been damaged by that, the ones up to Rockingham were still functional, and phone lines were still functional to some extent. So the people who were in the yard in Halifax and still able to do so just ran up the road to Rockingham and said, you know, big explosion in Halifax, please send help.
After not having heard back from Halifax for hours, the governor of Massachusetts waited no longer and sent a train.
So what they looked for immediately was a medical situation. So the governor sends out essentially what is the militia in Maine. The state militia of Maine has a medical unit, and they form the core of who's on the train. They also start looking for what type of supplies will be needed, and those are on the train as well.
This immediate infusion of medical help eased the suffering of thousands injured in the blast.
In Halifax, there were around 60 doctors at the time. In the weeks after the explosion, the number of doctors in Halifax got up to 360-something, of which more than a third came from the Boston area. So that's immediate medical infusion of help, because there were a tremendous number of injuries from the explosion, and certainly the aid from Massachusetts was instrumental in dealing with that situation. There were 5 or 6 temporary hospitals set up, many of them totally staffed by people from Massachusetts.
Small wonder then that Halifax pays tribute to Boston's help in our time of need, and to have your tree selected is a huge honor. After seeing it on his property every day for over 40 years, will the Campbells miss this magnificent white spruce?
Yes, we'll miss the tree. Every one has its own uniqueness, but for the purpose that we're giving it up to recognize the efforts of the Boston relief during the Halifax explosion, we have more pride in that than owning the tree. So we're very pleased to give it up. For a short term, we'll miss it, but it'll be a reminder of something that the people of Boston did for us when we needed their help.
In Blues Mills, Cape Breton, and Halifax, I'm Barbara Anderson for Eastlink Magazine.
Thanks for watching this video. Eastlink TV is the home of community content. Make sure you don't miss any of it by clicking subscribe here.